If I buy against Nasarawa United, we'll, in our usual style, we'll start the build-up to the finals. We'll start the build-up, and we will try, as we always do on this show, on Friday, to bring the captain and the coach of the two teams, bring them here on Friday night. All right. So look forward to that. The preview of the Federation Cup final. We will try to bring the trophy, bring the captains and the coaches of the two teams here, so that we can have a preview of the Federation Cup. It's Nigeria's most glamorous cup competition. We should do our bit to make it that. All right. Okay. Well, before that Friday, there could be a little surprise. So make sure you watch Sports Tonight every day. Watch every day. There could be a little surprise. We could bring in someone just suddenly. We don't want you to miss out on that one as well. But let's go to the NNL very quickly. You were in Ilorin, Toby. Yep. President, you were also in Ilorin. In fact, you're just coming from Ilorin now. Yeah. We talked about this last week, Oyin, that the final rounds of game will need to be properly monitored because we don't want any stories. And look at it, there are stories everywhere. Gateway went to Ilorin and just refused to play. That's the story that is out, but the Gateway guys were saying they refused to play for security reasons, that there weren't enough security men at the venue, and security is something that they didn't want to compromise. But for ABS, jubilation, celebration, because the referee performed the walkover, and for them, 3 points, 3 goals in the bag. They are promoted to the Nigeria Professional Football League. Let me start with you, Toby. Yep. What's the story? What actually happened? You were there from start to finish.
Yep. Yeah,
this is Gateway.
This is Gateway telling their fans.
Yeah. We're going to tell their fans that don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry. Just calm down.
This is covered.
Tony, this is the most shocking part for me, because I was hoping the players would show up in a different mode. They should feel bitter, and for them to encourage their fans that just come, things will happen. I really don't understand.
What were they?
I don't understand if they thought the game should be played.
ABS officials, of course,
celebrating. But I mean, back to your question, Tony. I got to the stadium very early because the fact that we heard the game we play behind closed up, and when I got in, I eventually heard that the fans have been allowed to get in. That was the moment the match official performed the walkover, picked the ball, and it sounded the whistle, and that was how the walkover was performed. So, and I saw fans inside the stadium, and I was a bit surprised. But I heard they had to allow the Gateway fans to come in, because Gateway refused. If the fans doesn't gain entrance, the players and officials will not get into the into the stadium. At the end, you could see them warming up at the back of the ABS players, and we were expecting the match to kick off at 4 p.m. after the warm up. And then, official of Gateway came up with the issue of the security. They had an agreement of 50 policemen, so it wasn't enough.
But they said they discussed it at the pre-match.
Yeah, that they should have, according to the NNL rules, I think it's about 30, but they have an agreement during the pre-match that it should be 50. And then...
But were there 50?
They were more than 50 from my own counting. And also I engaged my commissioner. He said he counted over 60 policemen, and he directed them to play the game, and they refused until the referee performed the walkover. I mean, Tony, like we said, we kept talking about this. We don't want stories after this game, and it's very sad to see one of the biggest games in the NNL this season, ended this manner. It was a very, very poor decision from Gateway, in my own opinion.
All right, I'm going to come to you, President, because you also saw it, and but officials of ABS, I think Aloy Chukwemeka, the general manager, and some officials of Gateway spoke to our man. Our man was there and sent us those pictures. But let's listen to the officials of ABS and Gateway, hear what they have to say. We'll come back to talk some more about the issue that happened in Ilorin.
The rules are clear. Article 34 is simple. There, security. The home team must provide adequate security. And what do we mean by adequate and efficient? 50. They said the rule clearly states 50. At least 50. Minimum 50. They said they're going to provide 30 regular policemen and 20 mobile policemen, 2 police dog and what have you. Then we said it should be recorded there. In the evening, you saw what happened there. You see this scanty number of policemen there. They were not up initially at the start of the match, they were not up to 20. Later they went to reinforce, they were not up to 25. The irony of it, there was a reporting time. They said we should report 2:30. We were there 2:15. They didn't allow us our players to enter into the main bowl of the stadium.
It's victory for football in Nigeria. It's victory for all of us, and it's victory for entire Kwara fans. Today you can see that everybody's happy, everybody's gathered here. Yes, of course, they came with an antis, but we beat it ahead of them by ensuring that the security, which they are complaining of 50, we had about 75. You can see them here, and unknown to them that we are ahead of them and we have gotten it.
Hello, Emeka, and the official of Gateway. But those were the positions of the two teams. Gateway claiming there wasn't adequate security, and ABS countering it by saying there was more than enough security at the venue. We had an independent person at the stadium. I don't want to disclose his identity, but we gave him the mandate to help us take pictures of security men at the stadium, and these were the pictures he came up with. And for me, I'm not doing any manual counting, but I think for a game in the NNL, this should have been enough, in my own opinion. I may be wrong, and my opinion may change tomorrow, but President, you were there. I don't like this story about the league ending and then you are not able to play your game, you are waiting for boardroom, waiting for the politics of the game. It's not good for our football.
Well, I think it's somebody's just rascality, if you ask me, because like my brother has said, there was enough security. In fact, I was in Lagos, but because of the sensitive nature of that match, I decided to be in Ilorin. The commissioner is somebody I know closely. Of Ogun State. I know him closely.
Okay.
Of course, Aloe Chukwu Emeka is my friend. I know him. They are all people that are close to me. But you see, I can't sacrifice the growth of football on the altar of friendship. And that's the truth. We all came, and members of NFF, and I must commend the NFF. They took that match, perhaps maybe they were listening to your program. They took that match very, very serious because we had 3 board members there. We had the chairman of chairmen, we have the man in charge of referees, we had the man representing the Southwest.
Okay, Otumba,
yes, and I was there. So there is nothing.
So there was
enough. Yes,
heavyweight presence.
Yes, we were enough on ground, and the security men were okay. Even when we came in and there were a little bit of complaint, the chairman of chairmen, Ibrahim Guzo, had to step in.
Why? Who told them not to play? Because there are different stories that are going around that some officials of the Ogun State Football Association or some officials of the Ogun State Ministry of Sport told Gateway not to play. I don't understand. Is that a true position? What happened? Who told them not to play? We saw them on the pitch warming up, going around, but when it was time to kick off the game, they just refused to show up.
Well, I don't know what informed the commissioner's decision, but it was the commissioner for sports, my friend Afolabi, that said they should not play.
The commissioner for sports in Ogun.
Yeah, in fact,
are you sure about this?
Yes, 100% sure, because the chairman of chairmen, Ibrahim Guzo, went to him, accompanied by the rep of Southwest, Dele, and the FA chairman of Ogun State. And to some point, there was a bit of disagreement between even the chairman of Ogun State FA and the commissioner, because he was saying, I am the chairman of FA. Allow them to play. If you have any misgivings,
play under protest. The idea will have been
you
play under
cannot.
protest.
People are paid money to watch this match. People are seeing this match. It's very important to us. It decides the future of who goes to the Premiership. So we must take it very serious, and it cannot come out everybody to ransom and say the players should not come on. And you allow them to come and
you travel from Abeokuta,
spend money,
Ilorin, spend money, camped, and all of that.
Do warm-ups, do everything.
And you didn't play the game. I always try to be very careful, but we need to go on a break now. We'll still talk about this issue. I'll be taking on Onye Uchuachuku on this one, but we need to go on a quick break. We'll be back with more on Sports Tonight. Join us again.